Hey guys, it's no surprise Thor will be the main antagonist of the new game, who may well be the strongest threat Kratos has ever faced. His role may seem obvious, but I believe it is far more nuanced than I originally thought. Before we start, my goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers before God of War Ragnarok is released, so if you could take the time to like and subscribe, it would honestly mean the world to me. And lastly, I'd like to quickly announce that YouTube channel memberships are back. There is no obligation to join, but if you do, you'll be added to a members only Discord where you can discuss everything God of War related, join me for future Q&As on YouTube, and be given a shout out at the end of videos. After considerable thought, I have made the decision to fully return to God of War, alongside non-God of War related content occasionally, so you can expect regular content. With that said, let's begin. If I asked you, why is Thor an important character, you'd likely answer, because he's a direct threat to Kratos and Atreus. Not only that, he's a threat to the Nine Realms in its entirety. And of course, from a gameplay perspective, he's our ticket to wielding Mjolnir. These are good and acceptable answers with no issues with them. However, Thor will be far more nuanced than I originally considered. Starting off, the largest threat Kratos has ever faced was his father himself, Zeus. After numerous encounters, he came out victorious, but it took everything he had to best the Greek thunder god. However, I'm convinced Thor will soon take that spot. While Kratos has held the title of General, a title requiring incredible amounts of wit and strategy, he's almost always relied on his unmatched physical strength. Thus, seeking help has never been needed, nor has it even been in his character. But, I believe, Thor will best Kratos in physical strength, forcing his hands to seek help from all over the Nine Realms. But you may make the argument, Kratos ended an entire pantheon. Surely that is enough evidence that Kratos is at least as strong, if not stronger. You could also make a case, like his father Zeus, he must have grown even stronger with age. And I mostly agree. However, we're missing one very important variable, Atreus. Ever since Kratos arrived in Scandinavia, he finally accepted. While his rage helped his bloody rampage, he was never in control of it. In God of War Comic Issue 0, Kratos allows wolves to attack him, but refused to fight back as a means to control his rage. He eventually tired them out and succeeded. However, after a sudden encounter with trolls, he lost control and killed the new threat. While Kratos has since become a more calm and reasonable person, as Thor said, there is no denying the trade-off has affected his power, as in, he's holding back. This was even observable between Kratos and Baldur's initial encounter. The Kratos of the past wouldn't have been anywhere near as patient and importantly would have been far more aggressive and out of control. So, how does Atreus play into this? Well, Kratos needed to change because he was turning into a liability against himself. But now, more importantly, he has a responsibility to set a good example for his son. Kratos, like Zeus and Kronos, failed to end the cycle of killing their own kin. There can also be a parallel drawn between the Greek and Norse pantheon, where Thor killed his mother and Baldur nearly killed Freya, just like Zeus killed Kratos and Kratos killed Zeus. It's something that can be argued is in their nature and they can either resist or submit to it, but all before have failed and submitted. In terms of motive, it's been the fear of losing hierarchical power, generally speaking, though between Thor and Kratos the argument can be made it was blind rage and disgust for a group of people. Albeit in Kratos' case the argument can be made it was more so vengeance. That responsibility now lies in the hands of Atreus. If Kratos turns back into the monster of the past, how can he help Atreus achieve that? Because in some sense it would be contradictory. As for what Atreus' motive will be is unconfirmed, but I bet Odin will use his cunning wisdom by using Thor as a pawn to exploit Atreus' nature to then turn him against Kratos. Thus, Kratos will have to form alliances in a way he hasn't done before paired with his physical strength, if he has any chance to overcome his biggest challenge yet. Thor's might paired with Odin's wisdom will make an already devilish task near impossible. Moving on, since Kratos arrived in Scandinavia, he has also rejected his past due to the endless agony it brought to him. Without even realizing, Thor will undoubtedly reopen those wounds. Firstly, looking at him will be like looking in a mirror and seeing that monster of the past, which, really, was not much different to Thor. Secondly, Kratos will be tested again in the trial he once failed, to protect his family. Thor's main motive has been to wipe every Jotun. It just happens to be that not only is Atreus at least one of the last Jotun, but he will also clearly play a role in leading and resurrecting the Jotun race, making him Thor's biggest target, arguably even bigger than Kratos. Kratos will no doubt pursue anything he can to ensure Atreus lives. You can even interpret this as repenting for his wrongdoings by not only saving his son, but the Nine Realms too. In conclusion, Thor will be more than just a powerful god we fight several times. Indirectly, he will challenge Kratos' fatherhood, push Kratos to end the cycle of killing your own kin, and in some sense push Kratos to redeem himself by securing the fate of the realms, even if that means dying in the process. That about covers Thor's importance in Ragnarok, but do expect more videos on him. Let me know of any thoughts or anything I may have missed in the comments below. Once again, my goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers before Ragnarok, so if you could subscribe and leave a like, that would honestly mean the world to me. As always, thanks for watching and I hope to see you all soon. Take care.